Recording? I guess it's recording. Yeah. Okay, I'll continue here. All right. 8:41. I'll take it up till. I'll take this video up to 9 o'clock. Yeah. But that one is going to stop in about 12 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cotton, with a more expanded head, seemed to just stand there in deep thought. He then asked Jibril, "Did you feel that?" "Feel what?" "It felt like an earthquake." "Earthquakes happen," responded the being that called itself Jibril and Allah. Suddenly there was a beeping sound coming from Jibril. He reached into a pocket and pulled out a communication device, much like the one Newton was using, and asked, "Why are you calling me?" A robot's voice responded with, "Almighty, godly, powerful, fantastic, and great one, Newton has entered this time and is using Mutania to attack your ship in Kaaba form. We fired back and stopped the attack, but we feel he will be attacking again." "Damn!" shouted Jibril with fury. "Get up and move the ship. Fire all you've got at Mutania, as long as it doesn't destroy Mecca. Fire at it and destroy Mutania. Now! If you find Newton, step on him. I will not allow him to stop me this time." Down in Mecca, Newton and Abu Koba, along with everyone else in the area, suddenly felt the earth move, followed by the sound of a shrieking alarm sound going on and off. Abu Koba pointed to the Kaaba and shouted, "Newton, look! The Kaaba, it's growing!" Right before everyone's eyes, the Kaaba was growing and expanding, along with the black decorated curtain that covered it. When it was 5 times its size, it started rising upwards, going from a cube and into a perpendicular rectangle. In the middle, the two cubes split. The two cubes split and began to separate by what seemed to be an hydraulic lift. "What in the hell is going on?" Newton said with a look of shock in his eyes. Suddenly, hydraulic lifts began to appear that lifted the whole thing up off the ground. There were 4 hydraulic lifts. The whole Kaaba seemed to be made out of metal, not stone. Somehow, the monster Newton was hunting down was able to replace the stone cube that was the real Kaaba and replace it with this thing. Before Newton could react to such a sight, a booming mechanical voice thundered out from the fake Kaaba, shaking Mecca all about. It seemed to be a bunch of robot voices talking all in unison, saying, "We are the robots of Allah. You will submit totally to Allah and not associate partners with him, or you will be exterminated. Associate partners with him, or we will exterminate." I'll say, "or we will exterminate you." No. I'll say this, "or you will be exterminated." Yeah. Or you will be exterminated. "Far be it that Allah has a partner. Only paying jizya tax for failing in your full submission to Allah will stave off your complete annihilation. Resistance in the one Ilah is futile." I'll have to read that again. "We are the robots of Allah. You will submit totally to Allah and not associate partners with him, or you will be exterminated. Far be it that Allah has a partner. Only paying jizya tax for failing in your full submission to Allah will stave off your complete annihilation. Resistance to the one Ilah is futile." Suddenly, a powerful bolt of energy launched out of the dome out of the dome that was on the roof of the Kaaba that shot up into the sky, striking the shields of Mutania, knocking about its occupants. Newton Obacoba, who now looked Mexican, beamed back up to Mutania to attack from there. As Newton entered the bridge, he asked, "Any sign of the Davis 1?" A pretty girl named Sheena responded with, "Mutant energy that matches both yours and his is coming from a cave. Do you suppose he is in that cave?" Newton just smiled. He looked at Doug Davis too, the human clone of Jibril, and asked, "Well?" Doug Davis too nodded yes. Back in the cave, the black mutant, alias Allah, Doug Davis 1 or Jibril, was giving some last-minute pointers to Cotton, the future Muhammad, saying, "I've decided to chuck all of the Quran that has me as the most compassionate, most merciful, and keeping only Quran Surah 114, which somehow ended up as Surah 9 and all the Qurans that came later." I mean, talk about switching things around and taking words out of their places, like I accuse Jews and Christians of doing with the Bible. I mean, why beat around the bush? Plus, if I don't just keep Quran 9, then my book becomes very contradictory. It becomes very contradictory. That is almost as blatant a contradiction in the clear signs as having the sky made after it says, "I made the earth in 400,000 years, being that one day to me is 50,000 years of what you count." We also need to get rid of that, quote, "to you your religion, to me mine" nonsense, along with that scripture that says there is no compulsion in religion, for both are completely contradicted by Quran Surah 9:29. Such blatant contradictions force Muslims into believing in Quran 2:106 and another scripture about abrogation. And this forced belief that my Quran allows for abrogation in it makes zero sense if the Quran is supposedly eternal and on a well-guarded tablet in heaven. Also, I need you, O Mo, to call me Jibril and not Allah. I can't be Allah anymore, because it makes no sense to call me Allah when it used to be that I was called Al-Ilah, for the God. I mean, if people, and they will, literally, okay, yeah, I mean, if people, and they will, start wondering when I went from Al-Ilah, as it is now, to Allah, that might make them leave Islam, as they wonder if the eternal tablet in heaven has me as Al-Ilah, the God, instead of Allah, the God. So, call me Jibril, O Mo. Call me Jibril. From now on, call me Jibril. We will continue to add promises of sex in the slothful broth in the sky. People die killing for me. When you are promised sex, yeah. We will continue to add promises of sex in a slothful brothel in the sky if people die killing for me. For when you are promised sex, you end up thinking with your sex organs rather than your brain. We can't have people using their brains, or Islam is finished and will die like Islam was doing in the 21st century with the knowledge at one's fingertips. Thanks to the internet, even the lamest of humans were able to look up what was in the Quran and Hadith and see how primitive and stupid you were without my mutant pill I gave you, allowing even the dullest of idiots to demolish my religion by asking future Muslims questions. Still, we will continue to keep up the alienation of the other and set our Muslim brothers at the throats of non-Muslims, literally, by keeping Quran 5:33 and getting Muslims to believe non-Muslims are the worst of creation, like the Quran teaches already. We will also keep Quran 4:24 that allows slavery and sex with someone's wife if she's your right hand possessed, as it is backed up by Sunan Abu Dawud 2:2150 and Sahih Sound Authentic Muslim 8:34-33. I mean, Omo, People are basically evil. They just aren't brave enough to be themselves. Unlike me, they are hypocrites. Due to the evil in all the hearts of humans, they need to know they can kill and have someone's wife as a way to get help, as a way to help get them motivated in my cause to help bring about my religion to all corners of the cosmos. That is why I'm keeping in my Quran 65, Quran. I keep in my Quran 65 verse 4 that allows you to divorce your wife even if she's never had a period, and thus is a little girl. You see, when humans, males, believe they'll have eternal erections and 300 eternally fresh, virginal, chaste young boys you think were scattered pearls around their eternal erections as those boys feed them grapes, wink wink, they will be more inclined to bring about our religion by dying in our cause. They need to believe they will have penises that can't see they can't see the end of. Palm tree sized. That is why we need to keep in Quran 424 and how it's reported, handed down in Sunan Abu Dawud 2:2150 and Sahih Muslim 8:34-33 later. And Jibril laughed with glee. Cotton Muhammad asked, Sunan Abu Dawud 2:2150, Muslim 8:34-30. Jibril cut off his messenger and said, you don't know about those hadiths, for they haven't been created yet with the Battle of Hunain, but they will be. When Quran 424 is handed down by me, the exalted, but we will add it to Quran 9, and Quran 424 will be as well, and of course 533. Haha. It was glorious when I brought Quran 424 down to you last time. I even have it recorded in my other ship's computer to play when I'm feeling horny. Anyway, we will keep Quran 424 also, that allows Muslims to beat their wives if the guy just fears rebellion from them. I'd like to keep Quran 1874-81, but it has to be removed. It has to be removed from my book. For Quran 1874-81, as fun as it is, well, it's really stupid. I mean, why kill an innocent youth just by fearing that the boy will grow up to disappoint parents or show ungratefulness toward me? That passage has to go, Mo. It's fun. It creates honor killings in the future by having fathers and mothers slitting the throats of their daughters for being too westernized, but it has to be deleted, for it sounds like a stupid, thoughtless maniac wrote it. And face it, it's not in Quran 9 anyway. Also, we have to get rid of Quran 328 and 6106 that allows Muslims to lie for me. And Mo, I tell you, never, I repeat, never agree with Sun Tzu and say war is deceit, especially when it is known that anything not under Islamic territorial control, Dar al-Islam, is the abode of war, Dar al-Harb. I mean, once it's found out that Muslims can lie and deceive, especially in battle, that they can get an American soldier's guard down through acting friendly so the soldier can be shot in the back, oh man, it hurts. It gets rid of the stealth. It gets rid of the stealth jihad. I mean, when non-Muslims find out that you and Muslims can lie for me to spread my religion, man, you lose a lot of people's trust, even if you're telling the truth. You know, even if you're telling the truth. Quran 328 forces all Muslims into a state of hypocrisy, no matter how honest they might be. Oh, sure, you can lie. Please do lie for me, but just don't have the Quran saying you can, like it infers now. Or those who we are trying Sure, you can lie. Please do lie for me. But just don't have the Quran saying that you can, like it infers now, or those we are to kill for not submitting fully to me will always have their guard up against us. It makes it very hard for us to get that guard down, for they will expect us to be lying and deceiving, making any talks of peace and alliances with non-Muslims zero. So, O Mo, get rid of Quran 328 and 16:106, and never say war is deceit, even though it is. Face it. All other parts of the Quran we need to go. All the other parts of the Quran need to go, except for Surah 9. But O Mo, we need to get rid of Quran 9:1 as well, for it tells Muslims it's okay to dissolve peace treaties with non-Muslims. Quran 9:1 is just as bad as war is deceit, if you ask me. Just as bad as saying lie to non-Muslims. We can't let non-Muslims know this fact at all. And one more thing. Yeah, we can't let the Kafirs know at all. And one more thing, O Mo. Our Quran is also damn repetitive. If I hear and Allah knows best, or and Allah is all-knowing, wise, one more time, oh man, if I hear Allah will have no partners or something like that, well, if I hear those things again, I think I'm going to vomit. You can say all is greatest all you want, for I love that. And you can, I can hear that every second for eternity. But gad, all that other stuff is just so effing monotonous. You make me sound like I've got a bad case of senility, and don't know I'm being repetitive or being repetitious. Mo, damn, cut it out already, will ya? Sheesh. I mean, how many times do you think I've heard, and there's no illah but Allah? Truthfully, how many times? Oh, or how many times do you think I've heard, there is no God but He? Truthfully, more than once, right? Knock it off. Knock it off. I think even someone with zero short-term memory would find such a saying monotonous. I've got to stop it here. Oh yeah,